Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have another video of everything gotten at a certain game. And as I have mentioned before, I actually intern for the minors, so most of the times I'm not there as a fan, so there will never really be a highlight video except for that one exhibition game I did. But my parents sometimes come, they pick stuff up, so that's mostly what this is. And over the weekend, we had a team from Japan. It's an all-star team of a four-team league called the Shikoku Island League, and they're really nice guys. After every game, they would line up outside. They would sign autographs. They had their whole merch table set up, which is what you see here. Um, and actually, there is a little thing that I've actually been picking up recently, starting with the first game from here, and I'm gonna try to do it every game going forward. Just years from now, you can look back and see rosters on it. Up in the press box, we get like lineups. And it's not really much. It's just lineups printed on paper, but it may be cool to look at in the future. And here's actually two of them from the weekend. Saturdays I actually gave to my dad, so I have Fridays and Sundays here. This is Fridays. It still had June 9th on it, so I changed it to 14th, 7:05, and there's the full lineup for both Shikoku Island and Sussex County, and then same thing here for Sunday. Like I said, I'm going to try um, to get as many of these as possible, possibly every game, every home game from here on out. And the reason behind that is just because, especially in independent leagues, rosters change all the time. It's nice to see who's where. And although I regret a tiny bit not starting this earlier, because there's players like Angel Reyes and DK Carey that are gone all of a sudden. I don't actually take that back. DK Carey was technically on the roster on Friday, and he was released the next day. So technically, I do have him. But for players like Angel Reyes who have moved on to the Miami Marlins organization, I don't have um, any papers or anything, any lineups that I kept that had his name on it. So that's a little unfortunate. But at the same time, this is a really good weekend to start collecting these because it's Shikoku Island League. They only come here once every few years. Last time they were here was 3 years ago in 2016. So it's pretty rare. So it's a good time to start. All the other teams that we played before this have all been, part of the normal league. So it's a 6-team league. We're going to see all of those teams at home at least one more time before the season's over. So it's not that big of a loss. Like I said, the only thing that I could have possibly missed out on is couple of players who have been signed or released that are no longer on the roster. So that's all. And but yeah, so let's get started with the other stuff. Like I said, my parents were there. Um, because it was Father's Day, we had passes made originally just for the fathers, but there was so little people that actually took part of it for some reason that both my parents got it, and I don't have them, but they got media passes, which they sound more glamorous than they actually were. Keep in mind this is just a low independent league, so really in reality, all they were. I mean, they're still cool for what they are, but all they were like printed pieces of paper used, from Microsoft Word. This is how they're created. It had like the Miners logo on it. Had pretty much the same background you see on like all their press releases and stuff online. Then at the bottom it had, first and last name, media pass. And it was just, like I said, just a piece of paper. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool. Personally, it's cool. But, as a normal fan, it's like, whatever, whatever. It's a piece of paper. But it gets you in for free. And it's not dated. So you can use it anytime, I guess. No, I don't think we'll be that sketchy. Because it's really only meant for Father's Day. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're both going to keep it. So with this is, of course, a miner's hat, fitted hat. This was actually a Father's Day giveaway. First 250 dads in. I don't know how you prove if you're a dad or not. I guess, just certain age. Got this hat sponsored by Riviera Maya, which is a local Mexican restaurant in the area. And yeah, it's just your basic miner's hat with a small add-on inside, which doesn't really take away much from anything because it's small enough and it's only on one side, so it's a pretty cool hat. Um, Like I said, onto the Shikoku Island stuff. They're really cool about it. I really want to get some of their stuff because, like I said, they only come here once every 3 or 4 years. And who knows when next time they'll be coming back after this. So, first we have like this banner sort of thing. Shikoku, their saying or their slogan is Shikoku Island League, love it, live it, which is pretty much how it seems like they all treat baseball, which is awesome. And which means like they're all just happy to be there. Like they don't take themselves too seriously. And that's awesome. And as I mentioned, after every game they're out there signing, and as you can clearly see, everybody that was there, I think there maybe was like 3 people that weren't there. And how I know that is because I obviously have 2 of these. One of them is for me and wasn't signed. The other, I don't know which one's which actually, but the other one was from my dad, and he got all those signed. So that's what he got signed. So, and in there were 3 slots that weren't signed. One of them was even the manager. But it's weird because the manager signed here. So, strange. But anyway, as you can see all the signatures here, I'm glad that most of them put numbers on it because, I mean, signatures, no matter who you are hard to read. So I'm glad that most of them have numbers. And we also have a $5 coaster here. According to my parents, they did think about getting a shirt or something, but shirts were like $40 because they're shipped from Japan. And if you know anything about international, that gets expensive. Like anything, if you ship from Japan, gets expensive. But anyway, let's see which one's which. I don't actually know. These are both programs. On the inside, you have the 4 teams of the league: the Guiners, the Fighting Dogs, the Mandarin. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try. Yeah, no. And then the Indigo Sox of Tokushima. And then you have 2 of the All-Stars from each of those teams listed. And actually, here's the back. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Basically, that's how I found out about their slogan, the love it, live it, and like pretty much what that means. Actually, you can see it right there. It's about, basically just being grateful that they're playing baseball. I think that's a good message. And I love here, it says, if you have the time and interest, please swing by and catch a few Shikoku Island League games in Japan. Like, I obviously I get what they're saying, but like just the way it's worded, it makes it sound like, yeah, we're just around the corner. We're definitely not halfway across the world or anything. And there's Shikoku Island on the Japanese map. So, time to see which one this is. This is the signed one. So this one is my dad's. So I'll give this back. There's the 4 teams again. And okay, so it wasn't the manager that wasn't there. It was the trainer that wasn't. Okay. Yeah, you know what it was? It was because we were talking about how the trainer is such a short name, but he takes a while to sign. So, so yeah, that's what we were talking about with the manager. So he was there. The athletic trainer was not, and for some reason, I know these 2 are both starters of all 3 games. So I'm not sure why those 2 were not there. But there you are, all these signatures. Over here you have their home uniform, which they used on Friday and Sunday, and their visitor uniform, which they use on Saturday. And yeah, and obviously this is just the same thing, just not signed. This one is mine. And you can actually read all the names on this one, of course. So if I ever need to look up any names, look at here and then correspond that number over there. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. It's a really cool weekend, really nice, relaxing weekend. Taking in the atmosphere of the Japanese team is really nice. We won 2 out of 3. Although I will say, Shikoku Island is not like the Dominican Republic League, or not league, but Dominican Republic team, because we usually have, international teams come by every year. It's usually Cuba and Dominican Republic. Cuba is a little better, but they're still not great. Shikoku Island is probably the most competitive international team we've ever seen. And Dominican Republic is happy if they can get a run. Let's put it that way. I was at a game where the Jackals were at home. They won 11-1, and Dominican Republic didn't get that one run until the ninth inning. And they were all cheering, which I mean is great, but like it's one run. You're still down by 10. So yeah. So Dominican Republic actually left midway through last year as well, and they replaced them with a Pecos League, which is an independent league out in like southwest of the country, called the Hollywood Stars. They weren't much better, but they're also a replacement team at the last minute, so I don't really blame them for not being good. I'm pretty sure they still had more wins than Dominican though. But long story short, Dominican's not even coming this year. It's Cuba and Shikoku, and I'm glad Shikoku did come because they're awesome bunch. They mostly speak English too, so you can actually talk to them. And I love how even the reporters and stuff there in the press box were like thanking every individual person for having them there. That's just great. You know, they're just awesome guys. Anyway, this is an 11-minute video. I enjoyed my weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the stuff that I brought home. And thanks for watching.